All right, so that's beginning, and okay. All right, we're totally live right now, and I'm just moving things around. So I'm super excited you're here. Thank you so much. I know it takes time out of your day to come here, and I'm excited about what we're going to talk about. So we have things going back and forth. I want to say to Facebook, thank you for coming. I'm in both places, so I'm going to be looking at both of them. So here I am, super hot and sticky and muggy. It is hot. So, okay. So what do I want to talk about tonight? I want to talk about a couple of things. It seems, thank you, Lord. All right, so it is muggy here, isn't it? Woo! It's muggier for me it's October 8th, and normally it is not this muggy, but I am here. So I want to thank everybody for coming. So I want to talk a little bit about you, about who you are in light, who you are in expression, who you are in this world. First off, I am seeing somebody very important out there. So let's take a moment to say Happy Canada Day. It's Canada Day, right? Right, Rosie? It's Canada Day. So Canadian Thanksgiving. Well, I think we actually missed it. I don't know. I didn't see any of my Canadian brethren talk about it. So if you're Canadian and you're related to me, please say something. Anyway, so you know who you are. So here we are. Oops, it's Mediumship Monday, and I'm in 10 different places at once. So this is going to be short and sweet and to the point. If you accept that you are an extension of light, if you accept that you create your reality, if you accept that you are not a victim in this world, I'm going to let you in on a secret. If you accept all those things, you can change everything. So I think I'm cutting myself off on YouTube. I'm sorry. So if you accept all of these things about yourself to be true, then you can move forward with your life in confidence. So I did want to talk. I did last night. I did this understanding. I did last night. I'm sorry. I've fallen over. So I have 10 different thoughts about what I want to talk about and how articulate I want to be and how to the point I want to be, because I was getting a little flack about how long last week's was. It was really long, so some people probably didn't even watch it. But what I really want to talk about is you being an extension of everything that is. We're really not taught to believe that. We don't explore that. We explore as if there's some intermediary, as if there's something in between. Me, you, spirit, this tree. We're taught that all these things are separate from us. But if you can accept that you're an extension of everything that is, you can affect everything in front of you. So, how can we play with that this week? I want to really talk about how you can play with this week, because it gets you out of victimhood into, and that victimhood is such a the linguistics of language is so important, and how you frame things is important. It gets you stopping to look down and beginning to look up. So although looking down can be important, because you don't really want to trip on the crack, but you definitely want to look up so that you can see the connections. Now, Spirit is talking to you all the time in many different ways, and either you're going to be listening or you're not. So if you are listening, you're going to be picking up on signs, symbols, ideas, thoughts, inspiration, things that come in. All of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize that all these things fit together. And then all of a sudden this happened and that happened and this happened and that happened. And all at once, boom, everything goes into place. And then you can look back and say, oh, I was doing everything I was supposed to, even though it didn't feel like it. I was lamenting, even though maybe it hurt me that I was doing that. So I want to talk a little bit about Ganesha. He's a Hindu god, and that's actually going to be my tattoo is I'm going to get is a Ganesha. I thought I was going to get the flower of life, and then I realized Ganesha really, I got to talk about that. It's the elephant. The elephant, that the reason they have the trunk is the elephant shows resourcefulness and the ability to be flexible. But I want to talk about Ganesha's belly right now. A big belly on Ganesha. So what that belly does is actually, in the Hindu gods' belief and what it stands for, is it is the digestion of everything good and bad, taking it all as it comes. So what if this week you looked at everything that was coming at you as what is, and not fight with it? It should be this, it should be that. I should be thinner, I should be taller, I should be shorter, I should have more clothes, I should have less clothes, I should have less stuff, I should have more stuff, I should have more money, I should have this. This is all internally looking towards some kind of future that is never in this now. So when you look at the future, let's just talk about that even more, because I actually think it's really important. How long, I don't know how long I've been going. So if everybody has any questions, this is your time to really talk about it, because I'm hoping to be under 10 minutes here. So I don't know if we're going to get to readings, but this is super important, because we are getting into, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and you're in the northern states, you're not in Texas, let's say. So you're in the northern states, you're in Michigan, you're in Canada, you're in a place, or especially Michigan, you're in a place that is dark. The sun goes away. Okay, if you're not taking vitamin D with K12, go get a blood drawn check and see where you're at. Okay, see where you're at. Then decide if you're going to take it from there. Okay, so get your doctor's opinion. You might need to actually really have a prescription strength, so it's important to know. So I want to talk about, well, you know, my favorite. If you've seen me in person, or you've seen, you've had one-on-one or as a coaching client, you know that I am all about what is, trying not to fight with what is. And it's a fight sometimes not to fight with what is, because we're taught that nothing should be the way it is. Nothing, we should really be moving forward, always thinking about tomorrow, always thinking about the next step. But in this moment of now, this is all there is. This moment, this here. This moment, this here. So how in God's name do you deal with it if everything is falling apart in this moment, and you keep looking to that moment thinking, I'm going to be happy. Once this happens, I'm going to be happy. Once this happens, I'm going to be happy. Once, I don't know, once you win the lotto, it's going to be happy. Or once I get this job, I'm going to be happy. What if you saw yourself as an extension of spirit, connected to everything, and happy right now in this second? Trusting that you do not know the grand scheme of things in this world. Why? Because you come to Earth, you don't remember your past lives. You might remember them to an extent. Then after toddlerhood, they're gone. You may repress your psychic abilities because nobody around you believed you. You may repress your own mediumship, and you may have to work really hard to get that back to you, because it is a moment to moment eternal now, where you send out ripples of everything you want, everything you desire, but you are okay with this now. So let's go back to where we talk about the sun. When we believe that we should be, I have to make sure that I'm not bothering people. So when we believe, I'm hot, girl, I'm hot. So when we believe that we should be something other than what we are at war with reality. I love this one because it's definitely a place where I go all the time. Like, I should be thinner than I am. I should 100% be thinner. I should have like a rockin' body, right? That's where I go. I mean, that's just me, because maybe I'm shallow, maybe I'm not, but it's just me. So today is Canadian Thanksgiving. Thank you. Today is Canadian Thanksgiving. So send happy Canadian Thanksgiving to all of your Canada friends and anybody who's not in Canada, and make sure that they're having tons of, everything that's good and fattening in the world. So should you fight with reality? It's what's happening. So maybe your marriage is falling apart. It is what's happening. You can only trust your own movement and be your biggest extension of spirit you possibly can. So how does that fit in to seasonal affective disorder? How do these all come in? I know it may seem like a leap, but it really is not. Because what it ends up happening is when people are sad, when people are not getting enough sunshine, when people don't have enough vitamin D coursing through their bloods, they can turn to, I'm unhappy, I should be this, I should be there, I should. And then it begins this cycle of, because when you are in the shoulds of it, you have this belief that you're not good enough, that I am not enough, that I am not, I need to be more in order to be loved by people. I need to be more. I am saying something like radical. You're absolutely perfect the way you are. I really need you to hear that. If you accept that you are an extension of Source Spirit, you have nothing but to know that your extension is absolutely perfection. Does that mean that we express that perfection? No, I'm not silly. Let's really but you can aspire to it once you decide you will no longer be at war with actually what's happening. So think about that. Source is you. You are Source. Now, does that mean that you're everything? No. It does mean that you have control of seeing the higher pieces. Now, the higher pieces of life, the higher vibrations, the higher frequency, the higher vibrations, the higher frequency. How many times do I say this? Higher vibrations, higher frequency. Almost every time I'm on here, I'm talking about vibration and frequency, because you are an extension of light, which means you are an extension of energy, which means that you have the right. Dig that. Stop what you're doing and really listen here. You have the right to be happy. You have the right to have what you need in life. What you need in life. Now, look, I say this a million times when I'm giving a group, whether it's a one-on-one, whether it's a coaching thing, you get what you need, maybe not what you want. Because, hey, look, when you don't have the $5 million house, it really looks good, doesn't it? But who's going to clean it? Think about that for a second. Who is going to clean the damn house if it's, 20,000 square feet? Then you have to have a whole fleet of people to come in and clean it. It's just a mess. So play with the idea this week that you are an extension of light, that you have a right to be happy. We are coming into a very hard time in Michigan specifically. I'm sure it's in Newfoundland too, because I see you, Aunt Donna. I see you, just want to say hi. If you're still there, I don't know if you're still there, but if you're there, hi. We're coming into a really dark season, which means that vitamin D is going to be low, and all of your biological markers to help keep you pushed up in a higher frame of mind and a higher state of being are going to be depressed, making you depressed. So what I want to get you to play with is, first, I do want you to go to the doctor and get a vitamin D check. Get your markers checked. Talk to a doctor about it. If you are having any kind of depression, it is important to speak to a mental health professional, a professional. Okay, so this depression is rampant right now, and you will have me here to talk about this. So how do you begin to break this cycle? Oh, I know, I've already 15 minutes. Oh, okay. How do you break this cycle? How do you get? And this is I did a little miniature reading last night that talked about specifically how to begin to work with your guides, angels, and loved ones when you're in dreams, when you're in a dream state. I forgot to say one thing that was really important. I guess I can't really do it again. So if you're still here, you get to hear it all. You get in a space of gratitude. Like, oh, is that easy? Sometimes it's hard to get in the space of gratitude. But I want you to, can't believe I got that wrong. Today's Thanksgiving. Oh. Okay. I'm sorry. See, look at that. I can't believe I got it wrong. Like, you're seeing me go through my own state right here. I can't argue with what is. All I know is that we are going at a rapid rate of movement within this world. So what can you be grateful for? Can you be grateful for that you ate food today? If you ate food, you're probably better off than 90% of the world. Do you have a roof? Do you have running water? I actually had a house for a little while that didn't have any running water. That was interesting. I really am incredibly grateful for running water. It is the bomb. Could you imagine not having running water? What your life would look like? Have to be a lot slower. We couldn't be on the internet. We'd be too busy walking to the river. So, okay. And then filtering it through a Berkey. So think about what you can be grateful for. Do you have a car? Did you survive your car crash? Are you able to walk on both legs? Do you have a prosthesis on leg that helps you walk? What are you grateful for? Did you go in an airplane? Are you able to connect to the internet so that we can have this conversation right now? This is amazing. This changes who you are as an individual. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Before you go to bed, fall in love with your pillow, fall in love with your bed, fall in love with who you are. Be grateful for how the sheets feel on your body. Be grateful for how you're being held up and supported, even though you may not feel like it. Be grateful for your bed. Be grateful for your house, no matter how meager, no matter how big, because on the other side, I hate to tell you this. Somebody's going to have to break it to you, right? It doesn't matter. What matters is how you take care of each other, how you look out for the people around you, how you look out for people you don't even know, how you send love into the world. Because if you're an extension of light, you're an extension of love. You cannot be one without the other. And if you accept you're an extension of light, then you're an extension of love, and you have a responsibility to raise your vibration and frequency. Oh, fire! No wonder I'm all hot tonight. Okay, so I think that's good. Are there any questions? I know, but I've got to really watch for my kids. So I'm not going to have enough time to do anything else. But if there's any questions, I'm going to stay here for a minute because I think there's a bit of a delay. Okay. Oh, which I actually, Ganesh, really? Okay, perfect. Nice heart. Is that like a, that looks like a, oh, I can't remember the name of it. There goes all those years of college. All those expensive years of college. Okay. I think that I'm feeling pretty complete. I would appreciate if you over on Facebook, if you would find me on YouTube, Janny Spiritual Medium. That's the name of my channel. And I would really appreciate if you subscribed. I know that change is hard. I understand. I realize I'm not a very big fan of change. It's tough stuff, but if you could go over there, it's free. And I'm trying to hit 1,000. I already have 1,000 people on Facebook. I need 1,000 people over on YouTube. So yeah, get it done, man. Anyway, thank you for joining me. See light, be light. And until next week, you are an extension of spirit. You are an extension of everything that is. You have a right to be here. You are needed. If you're here on this earth, your light is so important. You are needed. So please, please, please keep knowing Spirit is with you. Ask for it. Be grateful for every moment that you have, whether you're walking, whether you're sleeping, whether you're eating, whatever you're doing. Be grateful. Fall in love with yourself at night. It raises your vibration and frequency. Guides, angels, past law, and loved ones will come towards you. Allow that to happen. All right, last time. See light, be light, yo. Have a wonderful night, and I hope everything is well. Oh, and if you want a reading, come on. Contact me via my website. I do one-on-ones, groups, and one-on-one groups. Oh, spirit coaching, which sort of, it's like a coaching through life. So don't hesitate, man. All right. See light, be light. Yo. All right. Bye. Okay. I think I'm ending it. Ending.